If you're of a nervous disposition, hold on to your hat. We're coming to the climax of the 2000 Mosconi Cup, the annual showdown between the top 9-ball pool players of the USA and Europe. 6 aside, the first to win 12 matches, and the Americans knocking on the door of a 6th win in 7 years. But it ain't over till it's over, as they say stateside. The USA needs just 1 win, 1 point to clinch the Mosconi Cup for the 6th time. Europe now need to win the last 4 matches, need to win and win again and again to stay alive. 11-8 down. All hopes on the shoulders of Marcus Chamat, the tiny Swede making his debut. Taste the tension with John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matchroom Sport proudly present the Mosconi Cup. Sponsored here by Acclaim Entertainment. Well, the USA lead 11-8. It's now or never. Race to 5 or ton of breaks. Please welcome. And now, ladies and gentlemen, representing Team Europe, a little man with a big top.
For this must-win match for the Europeans, your commentators are Sid Waddell and alongside him, Jim White.
Well, Marcus knows only too well it was a dagger through the heart the last match, and he's got to regroup right now. And I can tell you the one thing he's thankful of as he lines up against Jeremy Jones is that it's not full-body contact pool, Sid. Look at the difference in size between these two. You can fit 2 of Marcus Chamat's in Jeremy's outfit.
You got it there. Big man, big reputation. Big talent. Could be his big moment. Double J, honored the team a year ago. Was drafted in, and he had a 5 win out of 6. He played some tremendous pool a year ago. And Chamat's going to have an awful job to stop Jeremy nudging the front of the good ship USA in a boat.
Not a bad break from Jeremy. Took a lot of speed off that. Exercising on the side of control of that white. You can see him eyeing things up. I'll tell you one thing about Jeremy Jones. He is as cool a customer as you're ever going to see around a pool table. The easygoing Southerner is as relaxed.
That's right, he had a job, short order cook in a pizza parlor with a pool table, and he used to stay in all night, offer to wash the dishes, to get table time, a dedicated pool player from a very early age.
And he knows he can secure the victory, and every player that comes here every year for this event wants to be the last one on the table with the victory celebration to follow. And Double J is in that enviable spot right now.
And Double J could mean double jeopardy for the European cause. And he doesn't want to flick that with his shirt, or else that's a foul. Well, I want it to stop, he's saying.
Well, just slightly overran ideal position. Still not bad, though. He's got a shot at this, too. And that was a good shot on the 1. but just look at how calm he looks. He was up there in the players' room as he's been throughout this event. Before every match, he's laughing and very easygoing, and he almost sends an air of comfort to everybody else.
Yeah, built like somebody from the WWF wrestling world, and some grappler. Oh. Made that shot look easy. Holding the ball nicely midsection of the table.
Yes, and no problems here. Everything nicely in the open for Jones.
Can't stress how much importance this game has. If the Americans can win this game, they hoist the Mosconi Cup, they retain it.
And again, ideally situated. Just got to run through on this 4. Ensuring to maintain a nice angle, Sid, to keep his positional options available.
Well, as you're always saying, Jim, anybody coming to snooker from this, you don't need perfect position, you need an angle to work the white with spin and precision to the next objective. It's got a little bit of angle to play with here on this brown. Simple deep screw shot, and he just wants to come into the cush and take the 9 in the bottom.
Very respected in the U.S. is Jeremy Jones, former World Championship runner-up.
Yeah, to Nick Varner, and he has been practicing. Earl's been making these guys sweat like squam donkeys in the practice room.
And you can bet that he's had Double J hitting a few breaks. He opens up with a break and finish that's just exactly what he would have liked, keeping Marcus Chamat firmly in his chair. And Chamat with the biggest match that he's played in his young career, making his debut here for the European side, and he desperately wants to keep their hopes alive.
Yes, he's only 25, but he's the European champion.
Marcus spends a lot of time on American soil as well, so they'll be very familiar with how he plays.
Cannot afford to make slips, though, because Jeremy broke first. Any slip by his opponent will be pounced on and converted into a 2-rack. So he has got to play in the perfect series of pool racks, this kid.
Good break off as he finished on that 1. I don't think so.
No. Half blocked by the brown.
Another look at it, and you can see that 1 wedging up to the 7. So if Marcus can't get that 1 ball by the 7 to be able to lay a good snooker on Jeremy Jones, his options are a little bit more limited than he'd like at this point. Wouldn't even surprise me to see him exercise a push out, but the only point that he secured so far in this Mosconi Cup for the European team was in partnering Steve Knight, and that was a courageous win over Shannon Dalton and Johnny Archer, the first point, in fact, that they had given up in this one. So Marcus, a lot to build on.
Well, that was very, very clever. Oh, that's evil.
That was absolutely brilliant. What a shot from Marcus Chamat. Watch this, feathering that one off the cushion, and the cue ball weaving a path in behind the three.
Candidate for safety shot of the week, that.
Oh, Sid, I'll tell you what. Jeremy can have 10 shots to try and get out of this one. I think what he's looking at right now is to try and foul deliberately, just to try and lock up a few colors. That is without a doubt the best shot, safety-wise, that we have seen in the Mosconi Cup this year. Full credit to Marcus Chamat, and time will tell whether he will be able to capitalize.
Well, if Jeremy Jones thought he was going to walk in here against the guy with any self-doubt, he'd be mistaken. Don't think he would, mind.
Just trying to tie that three up to the 6, and he hasn't done it. So Marcus with the first look in here, and I'm not too sure he can't play this cue ball in behind the 1 and play it right up the corner where the 3 is. That's what he's looking at. Just a question whether he can get the cue ball between the 7 and the cushion.
And Nigel Rees, the ref, is on his back like the old man in the sea. He's really got a gimlet eye on this shot for just that eventuality.
Well, the eagle eye of Nigel Rees has already made a call this week that certainly looked very, very close. So he's got absolutely no problem letting these boys know when he thinks they've made a foul. Mark has taken a lot of time. It really does look close.
Yeah. Well, he's now going to play it up the cush on the thicker side for the contact. So, well, is he?
I think this is really the only shot he's got. Even if he wants to try and play safe, that cue ball, certainly from that camera angle, looks like it will fit between the cushion and the 7.
And he's
Nigel
hovering over him like Dracula over the throat of a maiden. He's really...
Well, there you can see, Sid, it definitely fits.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to play safe. It's just a question on how he goes about it. But without a doubt, he's looking at the safety here. I preferred putting the cue ball the other side, to be honest with you. I think even playing safe, he'd have been able to put Jeremy in tons of trouble and also bump that 1 down towards the 3.
Again, Nigel making sure that this is not a push shot, either the nip in and out shot.
Well, I think he's just traveled slightly further than he would have liked. Jones having an anxious look at it.
To remind you, this particular game between Chamat and Jones could decide the fate of the Mosconi Cup. The Americans take this one. Earl Strickland will hoist the trophy as their captain.
Now remember, contact has to be made with a cushion after the cue ball contacts the object ball. So Jeremy can't just try and feather that cue ball to that side cushion and flick the 1 coming out. He's got to play it with a little bit of speed if he tries that. That's why he was having a look to see if he could play that 1 off the 7 and get the cushion that way. Well, he's got his cushion. Where's the cue ball?
In Chamat's hand.
They're not cheering.
Not cheering at all. Johnny looking annoyed on the left of frame. So just watch happen here. Nice thin contact, but bingo into the middle. Here's the reaction. Not chuffed at all.
Well, he can't believe it, but his eyes don't deceive him. Chamat now the 1 ball a little further into the open, and you can see he's going to be taking it up the corner where the 3 is. This has to bounce.
Has it bounced enough? I think he just enough purchase on the red. He had to take it into the pocket.
Well, I bet there were anxious moments for Marcus. There certainly were from here.
Oh, well, I think there's about a 10th, 15th of the ball to hit.
Nicely positioned onto the 5. Smooth sailing for Chamat right now. He is a very capable player. He hasn't had a chance to show just how well he can play in this Mosconi Cup.
Take his time up against the cracker of a player. And I'd say what? 80% of the people here.
Well, Jeremy really hasn't had a chance to respond in this one. Marcus has had the handcuffs on him.
There's been a couple of psychological uppercuts from the young Swedish lad in the European team. This for one apiece.
And one apiece it is, much to the delight of this packed house here at York Hall. They've been chanting Europe from the outset. They want to see some more pool.
Welcome back to the Mosconi Cup, the 5th rack coming up. It's 2-all. If the USA wins, they win the cup. Jones of the USA about to break.
Yeah, the famous song, Along Came Jones. Slow talking Jones, slow walking Jones. Knows he just needs to hold his serve to deliver the Mosconi into the hands of Earl Strickland.
He has really taken a lot off the break, and it's worked for him every time, but he can't get through to the 2. And finally, Marcus Chamat gets a voice in Jeremy Jones's break. That's about 30% of what Jones can hit them.
Yeah, he's looking at the blow too. Can't get a direct line to it. And all the Euro fans will be hoping that Jeremy goes skew whiff on this blue and lets in Chamat, because Chamat is desperate to cash in on any mistake or opportunity here.
He's looking to push out, Sid. See where his Q-tip is? He just wants to roll the white there. Even though he may be leaving the long 2 on, he knows that Marcus won't be able to get position to the 3. So he's willing to sacrifice the 2. But it's a matter of playing your cards at the right time here in 9-ball pool. Every one of these guys gamble in their own little respects, weighing up the odds.
Some commentators I know have the odd double, but it is a very tricky problem, as he says. If he sacrifices the blue 2, the 9 is in the way of an obvious shot to the red. What's the plan, Jim?
He's still looking. He wants to be absolutely certain Marcus can't pull that cue ball past the middle pocket to get on the 3. If he does lay the white there, he's definitely electing a push. That is not in doubt. But he wants to get that cue ball right on that cushion.
You called it dead right, Jim. He is prepared to sacrifice the blue because of the position of the red.
Well, he's left the blue, as we said, but no chance for Marcus to get that cue ball back down for the 3. Not from here. And the safety isn't that easy here either. Got no choice. If he elects to play safe, distance is the key. Either run through with the cue ball, bank the 2, back to where the cue ball, the end the cue ball's at now, or skim the 2 on the right-hand side, which would be very risky. And then option number 3, put Jeremy Jones back in again.
So Jeremy had obviously taken that option into his brain as well.
And
says,
in
right,
again
go.
comes Jones.
Sometimes thud and blunder, slamming down balls. It's sometimes purely work between the ears.
But lest we forget, Jones put Marcus Chamat back in, and Jones never got back to the table again. Would he dearly love to repay the favor to young Marcus? Though I'm betting he doesn't take this on.
So where's his track for safety?
Same options as Chamat. Either bank the 2, double that 2, off the top cushion, back down towards the colors, or try and skim the right-hand side of the 2, which again brings that middle pocket into the equation and is fraught with danger.
2-2.
Just got to miss the double kiss here.
2-2 in the rack. And if America win this rack, they take the Mosconi. Oh! There's the slip! There's the slip that Europe wanted!
Well, I'll tell you what, the way that he's hit that, he's tried to pocket that too. And that's just asking too much. The shot did not present that much, and that was an error in calculation from Jeremy Jones. And he's going to pay the ultimate price in this rack.
Well, I don't know if Rolf Suitcase popped out and lit candles, but cue ball in hand here.
Good friend Mika Immonen watching on, as I'm sure at some place here in York Hall, every one of the competitors on both sides are. Mika helpless, but discussing exactly what he'd do.
Just working out the track as the night rider, also a member of the Euro team there, is in a lap dancing pose on the balcony.
And he's got his playing shirt on, showing a lot of confidence.
The track is open for 3-2 in favour of Chamat of Europe. Jeremy, open the door just a bit.
Just having a look. He's very straight on this 3. So it's just his choice of pockets for that pink 4. Right center or top right. And from this position, looks like the center pocket.
Isn't that a bit risky, Jim? From this angle?
It's out in the center of the table enough, Sid, where got lots of pocket to look at.
The crowd sucked in their breath there. They thought that was going to knuckle out.
Yeah, that one scared Marcus, I can assure you. Watch this.
Just watch this. It hits the point and then slides in.
Thankfully, for 6 players. 5 watching, 1 playing.
He's a rookie in the Europe team. First year for Chamat, but he is the European 9-ball champion. And every successful shot will give him that little jacking up of confidence. He's looking for 3-2. And we said at the start, one mistake by Jones to let Europe in. We're in. We have our mask on. We're looking for the silverware. We can't put on a light.
The simple 9. And a little more emotion from Chamat, to be sure. He's just swiped one off the break. Marcus now 2 racks away from securing a point and keeping Europe in it. He'll be breaking in rack number 6. And now, the role of the favorite for Chamat.
I don't know how fast you can get a pacemaker fitted, but I think, Jim, there's a doctor in the house. I could do with the electronic help, palpitating in the commentary box. But there's a lot of palpitating at home as well and round their team. He got the break. There was a slip by Jones. Jones talking to his fans there. Is that a post-mortem on the shot? Great chance then here. 2 more racks to Europe, and that scoreline pulls to 11-8. 11-9 rather.
And you can sure see here, Sid, examples of how big the push out is.
Thank you.
It worked for Marcus in one instance. The other instance, it went against Jeremy Jones.
Thank you.
A shot that doesn't really get enough credit. The break for Chamat.
If he gets even one down, the crowd will urge him on.
He's got one down, but no shot on the one yet again. But Marcus has been outmaneuvering Jones. In the tactical end of it, he has been superior. Half of the one sticking out past the 5. But once again, if he doesn't like the safety from here, he can push that white ball into an area. Now he doesn't want to go into areas to be able to leave Jeremy any kind of a shot.
Where's the plus areas, Jim?
Well, he's having a look right now just down by the corner pocket into this area. That won't leave a bank shot on, and really doesn't leave a more difficult safety either, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him nudge the cue ball down there.
If America take this rack, they take the Mosconi Cup. But Chamat leads 3-2.
He really does heighten the drama, doesn't he? Takes a lot of time. Absolutely sure what he's going to do.
Similar facially in stature to Napoleon. But general theory won't do. This has got to be execution and imagination in sync here. He's got his nose in front.
Oh, I think he'll take this. I don't know whether he can get through to the 1. Well, by his reaction, he can. Mistake from Marcus. He's let the 1 out for Jones.
Yes, the reaction says it all.
Tough shot. An even tougher position to the 2. You can see the pink 4 and the 9 in front of the 2. Jeremy can get through to this 1, but position to the 2 means he's got to play it with a lot of speed to get that cue ball to the left-hand side of the table and clear those 2 balls to leave the 2 on. And the 8 doesn't really figure into the equation here, as long as he can see enough of that 1. And it looks like he can. Mind you, he does have an option here of trying to hold the cue ball in behind the 8 if he elects to play safe. But from this distance, any mishit on the cue ball would certainly sacrifice the safety.
Trails 3-2 in aggressive mode here. What's the lead like on the 2? He's going very near the pocket.
I'll tell you what, you won't see a better shot under pressure than the one Jeremy Jones just showed you there. Did he pull that one out or what? A flyer at the 1. And shot of the match. Tremendous cue power.
And the blue too. A gimme. No trouble getting to a shot on the red. A good chance then to level the score yet again, a 3-3, and heighten the tension.
And return the favor of stealing the break from Chamat. But right now he's got lots of angle on this too. Just doesn't want to contact anything. And once again, the back end of the cue in the air. Now, has he hit this hard enough?
He needs to come well off the cush.
Well, Sid, I'll tell you, the last 2 shots Jones has played have to tell us he is ready.
In the zone. The combat zone could become the victory zone soon. America need just one more rack to retain the Mosconi Cup.
He wants to write the last page in this chapter of the 2000 Mosconi Cup. But I can tell you, he didn't hit that one as well as he hit the other 2.
Just to clear it up, he needs this game. If Jeremy Jones takes the game, the Americans are victorious. He's looking at the moment to tie it up at 3 racks each.
Big shot, this one.
Heart of the pocket. Orange is the gimme.
Well, he'll just try and leave the cue ball on the same line as the orange 5 because he'll be able to just draw that white nicely down. The 7. Could just bump this off the cushion. No, he's done what I said. Maintain the angle. Again, slide that cue ball off the cushion, up for the 8. And what a prospect, what a match we're being treated to.
Absolutely.
It's going to go right down to the wire, Sid. This is looking a lot like a photo finish. Flip a coin on this one.
Will it be an EQ or a silver dollar? Here we go with a brown 7. Drifting over. Didn't want to drift too far. That looks absolute perfection for the black. And I don't think he's going to have any trouble at all. Coming in with massive bottom spin to set up this 9 and take us to 3-3. Chamat hunched in the chair. 3-3.
9 down, and Double J in year number 2 for him has squared it up here. Archer and Duel very happy, as are the American supporters.
Europe here could be in double jeopardy in the Mosconi Cup. We could be only a couple of racks away from an American victory.
3-3.
JJ Jeremy Jones, a brilliant player, coached by the legendary Jersey Red, comes to break now.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
He breaks and runs. Put the Americans just needing one rack. But we've had a couple of twists. Chamat exploited the mistake by Jones, and then he returned the favor.
Great break off there from Jones, but he's not landed on the 3. Got 3 off the break, but nothing favorable in terms of rolls here. He just stole the break back from Marcus Chamat to be breaking here in the 7th rack. And anxious moments it must be for all in attendance that are cheering hard for the European side. Jones will have a good look at this, Sid. Nothing jumping out at him. We saw a shot like this from Ralph Souquet in the opening match where he got up and banked it into the bottom right corner pocket.
You think that's on the cards now?
The shot definitely on at 3-3. It would take some kind of brave player to attempt it.
Yeah, the tension shown on his face, also the puzzlement of, do I go super aggressive? Because super aggression sometimes can make you look a mug, especially when you could be in a game that decides if America win the Mosconi Cup.
A mishit.
Hit.
Intended a full contact there. Big opportunity for Marcus now. Totally mishit that one. Looking for a thick hit off the back cushion. And look at him.
Well, every year, Jim, we come along with some imaginative picture of what the excitement's going to be like in the Mosconi Cup, and every year it comes at you from left field, right field, under the field. The excitement, never quite the same, but always intense. Great chance here then for a Mosconi Cup saving act by this lad.
Six looks like it passes the 8 into the top left corner, and you can see him nicely situated on the 5.
And if he can whistle through these, he breaks next.
And once that's confirmed, Sid, the advantage will fall back to the Europeans.
Coming in with a bit of right hand side. A nice little angle to reposition middle of the table-ish for the black after this brown whistles in.
And Jeremy must be looking from his seat and ruining that last effort that he put forward.
Rue it is. If he'd taken this game, the hands of Earl Strickland would have raised the trophy. Right then, for 4-3, and with his break coming up, things looking a bit less pale for Europe. Wouldn't say cheeks are flushed, but there's a bit of blood running now in the Euro camp.
And a shot of adrenaline from Marcus Chamat into the European arm. 4-3, wants one more rack, and he will be breaking off to try and secure it in the 8th. Marcus Chamat looking to keep the ball rolling.
He is the reigning European 9-ball champion, this lad. He's singing along with the fans. How is that for Cooler Mundo?
He is a very likable young man, I can tell you. Jovial, and he wants to give you a reason to be able to see it.
Fever pitch, bringing a grin to the Americans, even though their ace could be in a hole. European mania by the fans. And Chamat looking like a kid at a birthday party who got a bite when he was expecting a bag of beans.
He's got to calm himself down, refocus now, intensity, concentration.
Thank you. 8th rack.
composure.
Europe to break. 4-3 to Europe.
Nigel Rees sets the scene, the ref. The crowd will go mad if he gets at least one ball down. Oh, did I say one? And how's the shot? Oh, the one's gone. The blue two's very, very near the white.
These balls are punishing both players at the moment. They have nailed some breaks. And there's no way that the Lord of Nine Ball will let them break and finish. They're heightening the drama. Everything building to a crescendo here in York Hall.
The Lord of Nine Ball is the Lord of Dance. The question is, are the Blues gonna dance later? Or will the Stars and Stripes give us a quick victory tango?
Well, I'll tell you what, he does have half a pocket here, Sid, but with that cue ball so close to that two ball, there's no way he can take this on. This is just a fine clip. Try and get that white into the tall grass.
Very, very happy, old baby, with that snooker.
Well, it's not a snooker. I'm looking right down the line, and he can get through to the edge of that too.
Yes. It sticks out a bit more than the other angle should, sir. Remember, Chamat wins this rack. The scoreline goes to 11-9.
Now, I don't know whether that two will pass into the bottom left corner, but Jeremy can see enough of it where he's almost got a guide if it will. And there you can see confirmation quickly, reaffirming the fact that Jeremy as well has to look for cover.
This one has to be extra precise.
And it's not been the two on for Chamat. Young Marcus has beaten Jeremy Jones to the punch just about every rack. And once again, the door of opportunity swings open.
Comes to have a look at the blue and how he gets beyond to the red three. Looking to make the score 11-9. We're in what could be the deciding.
Not as easy as it
rack,
looks, though,
you're a
Sid.
fullback.
The two on, but position to the three. Just a little dicey because he's got to avoid contacting that nine. Well, he didn't want that. He wanted to get around it. Now you can see the position from the cue ball to the three.
Yes, he's disappointed.
And he can still get through to this, but he wanted to try and weave that cue ball right over to the same side of the cushion as the three ball. And now, unless Marcus is considering trying to squeeze that three right up the cushion.
Well, I mean, it's fraught. It's only about, what, 3/4 of an inch from the cushion. If he's taking it the length, it could go into the cushion too early, possibly.
I think he's looking at the three straight up the cushion. He just had to check to see where the cue ball's going to go.
So watch the track of the red three along the rail. Past the pocket, hit the bump.
Never threatened the pocket, Sid. And has it come far enough for Jones to be able to get it into the middle? I'm not sure. But Marcus knows that he's just let Jeremy off. I'll tell you what, he may be able to clip this into the center pocket, but from where that cue ball is finished, what a shot that would be.
Has he any other pocket to think about for the red?
He can't play it into the corner. The in-off is there. Well, from here, I think he almost has to try and slice that into the center.
I think you're right. We're gonna have some fun if this gets to 4-4, because the Americans can take this game, they take the cup.
Now he's having a look to see. You know you've got to go for this shot, Jeremy. You build yourself up, but you've got no choice. You've got to take this one on.
When Professor White is that sure, the player also ought to be.
He's looking to the corner. Got to watch the middle. What a shot from Jones. The in-off always looked on there.
Johnny Archer leading the applause.
And how about the 4-9 combination? If the 4 doesn't pass, that's what he's looking at. If it does pass, it's draw the white straight back to the cushion. You can see he's got full pocket, so it's going to be straight out. 4 to the 5. But what a shot he pulled out on that 3.
Absolutely. Risked the in-off, but knew he did it nicely to take it on the back and forth shot across the pitch. Cheats the pocket. And looks like we're going to the hill in this game. The pressure on both of them, absolutely intense.
Jeremy 3 balls away from securing a break.
Chamat hunched, concentrating. He's been everywhere to a World Championship final, this lad. Oh, he missed it!
How do you define pressure? Because there's no other excuse for that miss.
Absolutely. Archer looks as stunned, if not more stunned, than Jeremy. Chance now then for Chamat to save the day, to pull back to 11-9.
Going to be bridging over the 9. There's absolutely nothing easy at this stage in the match.
Getting that bridge hand rock steady near the 9. Q-tip flicking in and out like a lizard's tongue.
That's the big shot. That's the one he wanted. He knows. Back to his chair, a bit of powder. He knows it's there for him now.
Thank you.
What a game, what a game, what a game. The queuing is a little bit awkward. Don't seem to worry him at all now. He's come straight in for the shot. And as usual, the excitement bubbling over at your call. Right then, this for 11-9. And then to set up a belter between the American captain Ola Pearl Strickland and Thomas Angert of Germany. This then for 11-9.
Listen for the applause, the emotion from Chamat, the European team elated, the crowd overwhelmed. Marcus Chamat has secured a point and kept Europe in it. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable scene.
Pandemonium explodes here.
Fantastic. Fantastic. youngster. This man's cool under pressure.
And the captain, Earl Strickland, will still be coming out against German Thomas Engert. There's Steve Knight hugging Chamat. What does it mean? Look at that picture.